I just love how the sun comes down across the trees in the morning. You know, the sun is rising in the east, and as the sun comes up, the sunshine just kind of creeps down over these trees and just kind of has them glow a nice orange color. Always a nice blessing to my day. Happy Thanksgiving, cats. Happy Thanksgiving. What's happening, cats? You know, one of the keys to dealing with the grief of losing my wife is to stay busy. And I've been trying to stay busy around here. There's always another project to be done. But as of yesterday, I reset these brick pavers here in front of the door. They had, over a period of a couple years had gone by, and they were starting to sag pretty much, and they were kind of splayed out with big cracks in the middle. So I pulled everything up, put some gravel down, reset those. So yeah, staying busy, and it's been going on a week and a half since I lost V, and every day is a little bit better. I still grieve, but for the most part, I think my mourning is improving a little bit. I'm not mourning as much as I was. You know, every day I have a little bit of a tear that comes from my eye. But yeah. Last night I spent with family. My mom's 91st birthday. Yeah. So I drove over an hour to go to the nursing home where she is, and spent the evening there with family, and it was just a wonderful time, just sharing with my brothers and my sister-in-laws and the kids, the grandkids. It was a good time. And as I said, happy Thanksgiving. Today's Thanksgiving Day for everyone, and I'm very thankful. I've been told numerous times that I should be fortunate to be as wealthy as I am. You have to know, though, that wealth is relative. You can be rich no matter where you are in life, no matter how destitute you are, how poor you are. You can still be rich in life. You can find happiness. Wealth, as far as money and financial gain, won't bring you that. You know, that's not going to bring you happiness. It's not going to fulfill you. It's not going to fill your heart. There's other ways to find happiness, and you can find that within. I don't consider myself wealthy at all. In fact, financially, I'm in debt up to my ears. But as you know, I spent my career with the government job working for the park systems, and I stuck with it, and 44 years I did in my career, and during that time I was able to earn a government pension, which, you know, part of my paycheck automatically went towards my pension. But I also took out another deferred compensation plan that was separate from my pension, and had that taken out of my paycheck every week. Also, I had a smaller amount pulled out every week to go in, or every month to go into my savings plan. So in that regard, I was planning ahead for my retirement, which I'm retired now, and I consider it a successful retirement because, yeah, I'm still in debt, but I'm able to live comfortably now. I still owe on the travel trailer, probably more than it's worth. I still owe on the house. I still owe on my truck. Yeah, I got a lot of payments going out, and that leaves me very little to live on. But in any regard, though, in my own defense, I'll have to say that I'm extremely blessed. So I'm not wealthy, but I'm blessed. I thank God every day for the blessings I have. I mean, you guys see how beautiful this place is, and I'm blessed to have it. I created it through the gift that God has given me. He gave me a career in construction, so I knew how to build things. I knew how to, you know, put this driveway in, and how to choose where to build the house on this property. And it was all done through one door opening after another. And when I look back, I think some of it's almost miraculous. But I'm very, very blessed, and I thank God for that every day. I'm just going to show you around to some of the things that I have that I find interesting. That were things I didn't purchase. I either made them myself or I picked them up at no cost. This stuff, for instance, this wagon wheel, found back in the woods on my mom and dad's property off of an old wagon. This pump I pulled out of an old dump. It was completely buried in the ground. Yeah. The other things were picked up also just out in the woods or whatnot. I've told you all before, but these logs that create the handrail that goes up to the loft, they were all cut down on the property, the ash trees, and I made the handrail out of those. So free material, just a lot of work, a lot of labor. The kitchen itself, the cabinets, were all purchased from one of those secondhand construction warehouses, and where you get what you get, and that's all they have. So I was able to get enough cupboards here to put this kitchen together. The Indian that you see in the corner here, I carved myself back in the 80s, early 90s probably. Carved out of a solid piece of white ash. Very, very hardwood. It was very difficult to carve. But I wanted a cigar store Indian, and I couldn't afford one. The Indians that I saw at auctions and stuff were ungodly expensive. So I decided, well, if I can't buy one, I'll make one myself. Yeah. The dining room set was handmade by an Amish guy. So paid minimal for this compared to what you'd buy at a furniture store. I mean, this, if you were to buy this at a furniture, this is all solid wood, and the stuff you buy at a furniture store has that particle board with like a laminate finish on it, so it looks like real wood. This is solid wood, and at the furniture store for something comparable to this, you'd pay probably 10 times more than what I paid for it. Of course, this was an old entertainment center I got at the Restore, and I just rehabbed it with some shelves so I could keep appliances in there. This fish was made by a co-worker, a guy that I used to work with. This coffee table I made myself. I bought the tiles and cut them and grouted them in. It's a solid piece of furniture. I had to show you in the bathroom. Of course, I built the vanity myself from scratch. But these drawer pulls were actually out of my great-grandfather's barn. They tore my grandfather's barn down back in the 80s. They actually built a vocational school there. And when they knocked the barn down, my aunt told me, that, hey, they knocked Grandpa's barn down. I drove up there that day to salvage whatever I could, a souvenir, and I happened to find these. And, they were, the actually the hangers for the overhead trolley that goes up in the peak of the barn. So I collected all of them and I put them all on here for drawer pulls. It's another table that I made out of scrap pieces of wood. Here's another piece of furniture that I created out of scrap lumber. And this lamp I find interesting. The metal on this lamp was pulled out of an old barn, and I'm not sure what it was for, but I made a lamp out of it. I put the light fixture on the end of it and added the lampshade. The ironwork on the stove, including the S hooks and hangers, were all made by a local blacksmith here for pennies. And of course the wood burner, which heats the whole house, it was a used piece of equipment that had been refabricated a little bit, and I only paid $500 for it. But I bought this. The original wood burner that I had in here actually failed and caused a huge chimney fire where the whole chimney pipe here collapsed onto the floor. Almost burned the house down. Luckily my daughter was here to get some water on it and put the fire out. But there was smoke damage in the house and the wood burner was wasted. It was no good. So we were able to find this used one, which is 3 times the size of the original one. And this buck stove has been a godsend because this thing heats the entire house with wood. So there's a lot of labor involved in cutting wood, as you may know. It doesn't come easy, but I don't have a heating bill other than the firewood that I use. So there's so many cool things about this house that I was able to do myself through the gifts God gave me, through the talent He's given me, the skills that He gave me through a life of doing construction work. God has gifted me with an artistic talent where, I can actually see things and create them in, such as my Indian carving. So, yeah, I'm very blessed today, very blessed, and thankful for everything. I'm still grieving the loss of my wife, V. I miss her very much, but I live with the knowledge that she's in a better place now, that she's living in the light of the glory of the Lord, and that brings me great peace. I still miss her greatly, though. I still hear her voice sometimes in my head, and I still shed a tear. It'll take some time to adjust, but anyway, I appreciate all your prayers, all your support, all your kindness, all your love. And I think in all of this it teaches me a lesson to be more giving, to be able to not only receive blessings from others, but be able to give them back in a way that I can. So God continues to work in my life in that regard. I can't hide in this house and just use the excuse that I'm a loner. I'm a hermit, I'm a loner, just leave me alone. No. That's just an excuse not to be able to serve others. And I'm learning that lesson. So thanks for your support. Give the video a thumbs up if you haven't yet. Please subscribe and stay with me for this ride. Until next time, cats, happy Thanksgiving. I'll catch all of you later. That looks like another beautiful day. Thank you, Jesus.